Questions About War podcast, production by Lynn and Dave. Episode 8, News and Questions About Ukraine-Russia Conflict. Dave, is Ukraine going to get M1 Abrams tanks to replace the ones destroyed in the conflict with Russia? Co-pilot, yes, Ukraine is set to receive additional M1 Abrams tanks from the United States to replace those lost in the conflict with Russia. The Pentagon has expedited the deployment of these tanks, providing a less sophisticated version, the M1A1, which can be refurbished more quickly. These tanks are expected to be combat-ready in Ukraine by the fall of 2024. Dave, will Ukraine have enough pilots to fly the fighter jets they are getting? Co-pilot, Ukraine is actively working to ensure it has enough trained pilots to operate the new fighter jets, such as the F-16s and Mirage 2005s, that it is receiving from Western allies. Ukrainian pilots are undergoing intensive training programs in the United States and Europe to transition from Soviet-era jets to these more advanced aircraft. However, the training process is challenging and time-consuming. For example, Ukrainian pilots have had to adapt to the different flight characteristics and systems of the F-16, which is a significant shift from their previous experience with older Soviet jets. The U.S. and other countries are providing training, but there are limitations on the number of pilots that can be trained at any given time due to capacity constraints. Despite these challenges, efforts are being made to expedite the training process to ensure that Ukraine can effectively utilize the new jets in its defense against Russia. Would you like more details on the training programs or the specific capabilities of these fighter jets? Dave, how many troops is North Korea sending to fight in the Ukraine-Russia conflict? Co-pilot, while exact numbers are not confirmed, reports suggest that North Korea is likely sending a significant number of troops to support Russia in the Ukraine conflict. Some estimates mention the deployment of engineering brigades and other military personnel, potentially numbering in the thousands. Recent reports indicate that North Korean soldiers have already been involved in combat, with casualties reported in the Donetsk region. This involvement marks a notable escalation in the international dimensions of the conflict. Would you like more details on the roles these troops might play or the broader implications of their involvement? Dave, what is the news in the Ukraine-Russia conflict, and is Ukraine stopping the Russia advance, and how will the coming winter affect the conflict? Co-pilot, latest news in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Russian advances. Russian troops have reached the Ukrainian city of Toretsk, a key defensive position in the Donetsk region. This could significantly impact control over the Donbass area. Ukrainian strikes. Ukraine has struck a major oil terminal in Crimea, which is crucial for Russia's war effort. This move is part of Ukraine's broader strategy to disrupt Russian supply lines. International warnings. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has warned of dangerous consequences for the U.S. due to its support for Ukraine. Ukraine's efforts to stop Russian advances. Ukrainian forces have managed to halt some Russian advances, particularly in the Kharkiv region. They have also stopped active offenses near Pokrovsk and the Donetsk region. Despite these successes, the situation remains fluid, with intense fighting continuing in several areas. Impact of the coming winter. The upcoming winter is expected to be particularly challenging for Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has warned that Ukraine may face its toughest winter since the invasion began, due to ongoing Russian attacks on energy infrastructure. These attacks could lead to significant disruptions in power and heating, making it harder for both civilians and military operations. Winter conditions will likely slow down large-scale military operations, providing both sides with a period to regroup and resupply. However, the harsh weather will also test the resilience and preparedness of Ukrainian forces and civilians. Would you like more details on any specific aspect of the conflict or its potential developments? That's a good question for next time.